So Clint, Google Plus. I know you sent me an invite actually a couple weeks ago. I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, but everybody is talking about it. Everybody says it's awesome, almost more awesome than Facebook. I mean, what's the deal?
Well, the deal is it's probably the first sort of comprehensive alternative to Facebook in terms of a social network. It's robust in its functionality. You can sort of manually create your friends list as opposed to, with Facebook, you pretty much sign in and it sucks in all your contacts from Gmail and other places. With Google Plus, you have to manually create your friends list, and it sort of gives you more control, more granular control that a lot of people have been, craving as an alternative to Facebook.
So now, right now, Google Plus is still by invite only, so you have to actually receive an invite from somebody. Um, this exclusivity has made this thing a monster. Everybody wants an invite. I've heard that people are actually selling their invites on eBay. I mean, this is just getting crazy. Is it worth it?
Um, Time will tell if it's worth it. I think a lot of the buzz was the fact that it was so new and it was by Google and it's the whole Google versus Facebook thing. The invites shouldn't be hard to come by now because for the last, since about July 10th, Google has sort of reopened the invites for the existing users. Um, Last Thursday, Google CEO Larry Page had 10 million users currently on the service. Some late new estimates say there's about 18 million. And those people can invite pretty much, I guess, whoever they want at this point. But early on, you're right. The first, week or two, it was really tough to get an invite. I mean, those invites just, got snapped up so fast, and everybody, ran to their invite, limit. And it was in high demand. But I think that's calmed down a little bit, and Google Plus is still picking up users like crazy. It just looks as though the growth has slowed just a tad in the last couple of days. But it should pick back up again once it gets launched to completely open, public access. Right now, remember, it's just in limited field testing. So Google's sort of taking baby steps to this.
Sure. So now you've been able to kind of play around with it. I mean, how would you compare it to Facebook?
Well, honestly, at first blush, it looked a lot like Facebook, and it still does in some ways. It just has that sort of googly feel. You're basically friending people, you're sharing information, you're sharing links, you're sharing photos, you're sharing videos, pretty much the same way you do Facebook. There's a lot of cutting and pasting and embedding the content.
Mhm.
There are some different features that set it apart. I mean, Google Hangouts has proven to be a great feature. I wouldn't be able to speak about it until last week when I actually got to use it on a big scale with it was actually a little Google press conference I had done with the application. And Hangouts is a feature that's basically group video chat, and it takes up to 10 people, and you can basically sit there and just set up your webcam and conduct conversations with up to 10 people at once, just invited to a what's called a hangout. And it's a pretty neat feature that Facebook doesn't have at this point.